All right, we back with another one. Story time. Well, now, what's happening with you? How you? How your mom and them? Well, you saw the thumbnail, you read the title. This is the story of my second baby mama, or my second baby's mother. Let's get it. Now, the timelines might not add up, but keep in mind this was like in the early 90s, so I might not get all of the timelines straight or in order or how they happened with order, but this is my recollection of it. This is what I remember. It might be a little off, meaning the timeline, but this is how it happened. So picture I'm hanging out at my cousin's and I'm not with nobody at the time. So this girl is with well, she ain't with my cousin. My cousin let me back up. One of my cousins, he is talking to the sister. So his younger brother trying to get at the other sister. Now, my cousin, he talking to the younger sister, and his younger brother trying to get at the older sister. Anyway, long story short, I meet them because all of them hanging out. You know what I mean? And like I say, California is a different animal. You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. You know, and picture again, this was in the early 90s or so. So, so I meet this girl. I meet all of them because we all hanging out, and I'm like, all right, I'm digging it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, who is that? So then my youngest cousin, he was like, well, I was just, I was just trying to get at her, but whatever. It is what it is. In other words, it's one of them situations. So I'm like, all right. So some kind of way, me and her kind of was, I guess we was digging each other or whatever. So some kind of way, me and her get together, not hook up, but we start talking and all of that kind of stuff on the phone and all of that. And like I say, my little cousin, he was like, "It is what it is. It's on you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, because they wasn't like in no relationship or nothing like that, or they ain't had no dealings. They ain't smashed or nothing like that. So anyway, long story short, we get together, we kicking it. We not really together like I said in the other video. We just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And so picture at the time I got a full cast on my leg. I done tore my Achilles. So I got a full cast on my leg, and I'm still driving and everything. I ain't supposed to be. But anyway, it is what it is. Excuse me. So fast forward. Um I told y'all the other story about the first baby mama, how all of that came into play. So she was gone. She was supposed to have had left town or whatever while she was pregnant. So this the time when I get with the second baby mama. And then we start kicking it, and then we start kicking it a little tougher and hanging a little tighter, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So then it's on and popping. We not like I'm your boyfriend, you my girlfriend, but we kicking it all the time now, right? So now I'm going out to Pasadena to her house and all of that kind of stuff like that. And like I said before, mind you, I live with me and my sister was living together at the time, so I'm always running to Pasadena. But anyway, long story short, um, the other girl, the first baby mama, come back in the picture. So I tell the second baby mama, look, I know we kicking it and all of that kind of stuff, but this is something I've been praying for and wanting and whatever. She's back. She told me I could come see the baby. Once I go see the baby, I done fell in love with the baby, and now I'm trying to think how I could do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I got to make this work, which I should have known better anyway, like I said in the other video. But I didn't, so I tried to make it work, and it just didn't work. because our personalities just, not that she was a bad person. Now, for a lot of years, I was mad and pissed off and angry, and I felt like she was the worst person in the world. But she wasn't a bad person. Our personalities just didn't uh, um, add up or whatever. They just didn't, they clashed. And the craziest thing about that is they always said, if you believe in Zodiac, that two Libras together was like the perfect couple or whatever, the perfect, whatever they say. But I don't think so. I just don't think so. Now, I think she was a Libra because she was born in October, but she was born in, I think she was born on the 19th or something like that. Or I know it was, I'm on the 15th. I know it was the 19th or something after that. So anyway, we already talked about her. Let's get back to the second baby mama. So and it's all intertwined. That's why I'm flashing back and forth. So anyway, I go see the baby. I tell the second baby mama, well, she ain't no baby mama yet. Well, she's somebody else's baby mama. But anyway, I tell her, okay, I'm gonna go make this work and try to, basically get back with her so I could be in this baby's life. And again, that didn't work. But anyway, she was the second baby mama. She was mad, boy. She was hot, and rightfully so, because I would have been pissed too. But I had told her this whole story, which it didn't make it better, but I'm just saying she knew the situation. So anyway, so fast forward, I get back with her. Eventually she get pregnant again, and we still going through issues. So we kind of on and off, on and off. So one of them off times, I'm dipping with the second baby mama, and she get pregnant. So my children, the second two children were born. Let's see, one was born in, I said it already. One was born in June. The other one was born in August. You do the math, but that's how close they were. They were pregnant at the same time. And like I said, that was a result of me and her, the first baby mama, not getting along, not being together, and on one of those off times, like I said, I just went back to what was familiar. Not that I didn't care about my second baby, but I went back to what I knew. So they ended up pregnant at the same time. This girl, this girl. And quick disclaimer, we cool now. As a matter of fact, we super cool because even when my daughter wasn't really communicating with me like that, because I've told that story before too, how my children don't really deal with me too much, but she does now. This particular one. But even when she wasn't communicating with me. Her mother, which was my baby mom, her mother would send me pictures and videos of her baby. You know what I'm saying? Because by that time, she had grown up. She had a child of her own. But like I say, she wasn't really communicating with me because we wasn't on the greatest of terms. And we're much better now. We're way better now. But in all of that time, her mother would send me videos and pictures of the grandbaby and, text me about the grandbaby and all of that kind of stuff. And I really appreciate her for that. So that's why I say I had to throw this disclaimer out. We cool now. But back in the G, she was crazy. How the young folks say, crazy work. You hear me? When I tell you crazy work, I mean crazy work. And she'll tell you, because I think she took some pride in that. But anyway, so so the first mama had the second baby, and she calling the girl at the hospital, and I don't know how she got her number. I'm tripping. I'm like, man, come on, bro. I don't need this drama in my life. Anyway, move forward. She have the baby. She have her baby. She have our baby. And I see her. I see her. You know, everything was on and off. Everything was on and off because just like the first baby mama, it was just drama. It was like 1 minute we cool, the next minute we ain't. 1 minute we cool, the next minute we ain't. It was just on and off. And and uh and then I met my oh, I gotta tell this story. I hate to put her out there like that, but y'all don't know who she is anyway. But I had issues with her because when she was having the baby, I was how did that go? Let me make sure I got all of my facts together because it's been a long time. When she was in the hospital to have the baby, again we was on them up and downs, just like the first baby mama. She was in the hospital having the baby. I called her mother because I called her mother to ask her what hospital she was at, or after she had the baby. I called her mother and asked her what hospital it was, and I called the hospital, and they didn't have her. Well, she was there, but I was asking for the wrong person. Come to find out, the mama tell me, no, her name ain't this. Her last name is not this, it's that. And I always knew her as this, right? So I'm wondering like how she get, but we know how people get different last names. So come to find out, all in all, I didn't get in contact with her, but come to find out she had a different last name. So long story short, she was married. Now I knew that she was into different types of dudes, right? Different than me, because her family used to always say, where she meet you at? How y'all meet? How y'all get together? Because they were used to her with the thug type of dude, the gangbangers, and that's what she was into at the time. And like I say, talking, we got into deep conversations. How like one dude, she had a restraining order for her. I knew about this dude, but I didn't know she was married. But this dude was supposed to be in prison somewhere, but he had got in trouble for beating her up and whatever, all kind of stuff. So I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna touch on all of that. But again, back to what I was saying. Come to find out, she was married. And I don't know where the dude was. I never heard about him. But she had a last name. So then fast forward, the baby was born. I didn't see the baby because we wasn't on good terms. By this time, I met my last baby mama who turned into my wife, my ex-wife, rather. So all in between that, before my son came, all in between that, she had sent pictures of the baby to me and to my mother. But the crazy part about it was, and I didn't never see. But the crazy part about it was, and I'm gonna try not to make this video too long, but these stories y'all gotta hear. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy work. But anyway, she has sent me pictures and my mother pictures, and the name on the pictures was Adam Anthony LeBeau III, right? Now just stay with me. This was my third child. And y'all already know by now, my third child was a girl. But this picture had, now this picture to me and another one to my mother, Adam Anthony LeBeau III. Move past that. So now, number one, I done found out she was married. I never knew that. Number two, I wasn't there when the baby was born. And a lot of that was because even though we were on kind of bad terms, I didn't know if the baby was mine. Because now, how you married and got a, I don't know if, anyway, that was that situation. And then, like I say, picture I'm in a relationship with my last baby mama, who ended up being my wife and now ex-wife. So so let me not leave something out. So I told her, the third baby mama, about that whole situation. And I don't even know if the baby mine, and I'm not messing with her because I found out she was married, and I found out I don't even know if the baby is mine because her mother told me to look for it. All of that kind of foolishness, right? And with the picture of the baby supposedly being a boy. And I'm gonna tell you the story about that. So let me see if I'm leaving something out with that part, because I don't want to have to come back to that. So anyway, I get back with, I go out, I get, no. So anyway, okay, this is how it went. So then after all of that, I eventually go up to her house. We eventually get together. I'm gonna take her to a doctor's appointment, the baby and her to a doctor's appointment or something. I get up there. We coming down out the hills or whatever, because she lived up in, at this point I think she lived in Altadena, and then we coming down through Pasadena or however it worked, but it's up in the hill, and then you got to come down at the bottom where we coming down from. We got to pass her dad's house, and mind you, like I said, they had been asking me. Her dad and her mother wasn't together, but they had, they weren't together, but I met both of them because they was each individual living. Anyway, so we passing her dad's house and he's outside, and so we pull up in the yard because, like I said, I was cool with all of them. So we talking and talking and talking, and he keeps saying this phrase, and I'm like, I'm not understanding, because mind you, now remember, I'm thinking this is a boy child. So anyway, he keeps saying, boy, that girl look just like you. That girl look like you spit out. You know how old folks talk. Man, that girl look just like you, boy. Look like you spit her out and look like this. I keep hearing her and she and her and she, and I'm like, what? So then it clicked, it hit me. I'm like, and I think she realized when I realized, like she realized that I caught what he was saying, and I was, now the wheels turning. So I could see her whole mood like change, and she could see my mood change. But we didn't, like, I tried to play it off so he wouldn't feel some kind of way or whatever. I ain't want to do all of that in front of him, but I'm like, all right, okay, I'm just gonna chill. So then we go, so excuse me, my first reaction, head straight back to her house. Go back up to her house. Soon as I pull up, she jump out the car and run in the house, right? Which means I got to get the baby out the car and everything like that. And mind you, I haven't been around. I never changed the baby, none of that, because I haven't been around like that. And because I don't know if it's my baby, I don't know if she got a husband. She might be pregnant by him. Well, anyway, she run in the house. I get the baby. She run in the house and she go lock herself in the back room, right? I get the baby out the car and I take the baby in the house. Y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this diaper off and see what's up, because I'm under the impression that this is a boy child. This is my boy child. Anyway, get in the house. She locked up in the back room. I go to the couch, put the baby down, take out the car seat and all of that, and go straight for the pamper. Take the pamper off as a girl. I'm like, Lord, this girl done played me like I mean, thank God for a healthy, beautiful baby. But this girl been playing me the whole time, tripping. Cause now, mind you, I got all of this in my mind. She done played me and ain't told me she was married. Now she done played me this whole time, telling me she had a little boy. Bruh, I was drove. So I go knocking on the door. You might as well come out. I know the situation now. It ain't like I'm gonna put my hands on her because she knew I wasn't even that type of dude, right? But come to find out, well, that's another story. So anyway, that happens, and so now I'm not messing with her at all, right? And I know I probably was wrong for that, but I'm not messing with her at all. And now I done got with this other girl. Well, the third baby mama. I'll tell y'all about that story on its own. Just like I'm telling this one like I told the first baby mama. So now I don't want to fool with it. And I told the next one, this is what the deal is with that. I'm not messing with her. This is what happened. She did this, and that. I don't believe the baby's mine. I don't know. I'm not messing with her. So eventually, and to my ex-wife credit, she was the one who said you shouldn't do that because the baby could end up being yours, and all the time you're not dealing with her, that wouldn't be right, right? So eventually started kind of warming up to the idea of it and all of that, but I didn't really want to hear that. But like I say, to her um credit, or you know what I'm saying, she did tell me that a lot. You shouldn't do it. Like, you shouldn't do that. You should find out. And again, back then, I didn't have no money to go say, well, let me get a paternity test or whatever. But eventually, her dad paid for a paternity test, and and uh and got her name, and they got her name changed. He paid for the paternity test, and I don't know if they had to pay to change her name, but they got her name is LeBeau now. But before, it was a different name, or her mother had a different name. But anyway, that's how that went. And so eventually, once her dad did that, and then I knew that she was mine. I started, like I said, she used to come over for weekends sometimes, holidays, summers and stuff like that. And I started, trying to be a part of her life, not as much as I would have wanted to, and not as much as her mother wanted to, because all I was a loser. You're just a loser. You are I was always a loser. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it was what it was. But again, now we good. We cool. We on trip. You know what I'm saying? She's married. I'm married. Every now and then she'll send me something about the baby or something like that. And I'm in contact with my daughter now more. So I talk to her way more than what we used to talk to. And I know she still have issues that she has to work through and all that kind of stuff. But even that, like I say, me and her mother are on much better terms than what we are. And that was my second baby mama. There's a lot of other stories that I could tell about her, but I don't want to put too much of her business out. Um, Not even to say that she was a bad person, because I ain't gonna even lie. What's that old saying? How that old saying is? The crazier they are, the more you want them, or some craziness like that. But it just seemed that way to me when I was out there like that with her. But she was good people, and I mean, she was cool people. She had her issues just like we all do. And now that I'm grown, I understand a lot of where a lot of it came from. And it was just, if you back then, if you saw her and heard her speak, talk to her and all of that, you would never know. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them situations of, you would swear to God she was a good girl, and she just had all of these different, all these different personalities and different shit going on in her life. It was just crazy, man, because that's what, like I say, when I first met her people, they was like in awe, like, what she doing with you? Like, you seem like a church boy, a nice guy, a good guy, whatever. Everybody else she be with, it be them dudes. So, but like I say, that was the situation with my second baby mama. And I hope I didn't leave nothing out, because let's see. Just before I end this video, I want to make sure I didn't leave nothing out. I talked about her being married and I didn't know. I talked about her sending pictures to me and to my mother with the boy name. And the pictures were, she had them, she didn't have like ribbons or barrettes. She didn't have earrings and stuff yet. And she kind of dressed her in a unisex type of jumpsuit or whatever. So you really couldn't tell. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it could have been a little boy with curly hair. I mean, all I can say is, I mean, what you want me to say? That, hey, so even though it looked that way, I'm just like, with all of this outside stuff, I don't know what it was. So we talked about that. We talked about her dad doing the paternity test and all of that kind of stuff. And we talked about her coming over on weekends and holidays and summers sometime. We talked about how we got together. And let's see what else. It was a lot of little knick-knack stuff that I'm not going to talk about on here. But that was my second baby's mother. That's how my third baby was born, because I had two by the first one by this second one, and two by the last one, which, like I say, ended up being my wife, which is my ex-wife now. And I'll talk about her in the next situation. Even them two, once the second one found out about the third one, even though we had been, I mean, it wasn't, I guess it was still something there. I don't know, because like I say, I'll pick that back up on when I start talking about her. But them two had issues, and like I say, keep in mind, this one had all these different personalities. The second one, and then the third one, she was a fighter. I mean, physical. She liked to physically fight. She ain't never fought me, but I done heard some of the stories about her being a fighter, and I've seen her almost get in somebody or get on somebody. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that, because one time them two almost got into it. I had to break them off. I had to get in between of them, because the second baby mama was mad at me for whatever reason, and we went to go pick up the baby, and she was talking crazy to me. And the third baby mama, at the time, she was just, no, she had my son already, I think, and she wasn't feeling her talking crazy to me like that. And so them two was about to get into it. It was a mess. When I tell you that time my life was a mess, and mostly I'll take the blame, because most of it was probably my fault for getting into the stuff I was getting into. So I'm not going to just point the finger at them and say it was just them, but I had a few that had some different personalities. There was one way in the beginning and they turned into something else afterwards, but that's life in a nutshell. That's how life goes. That's why they always say you don't never judge a book by its cover, because, boy, it can be pretty and fine and speak well and soft spoken and everything. And boy, when it hit the fan, it's on and popping. You hear me? I tell you one thing, it sure changed my life. It made me change my lifestyle. So I think I covered everything in that. So I'm going to get off of here, because I said I was going to try to make this video a little shorter. But it is what it is. And I can go on and on and on about these little stories and these women in these situations. But I won't. I'm going to leave it right there. So y'all be easy. And I'll see y'all in the next one. If you like this content, give it a like or thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and put your notification bell on so when I upload another one, you'll know. And I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate all the support. And thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. So y'all be easy. I'll see you in the next one. One love.